Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. Welcome to the how-to edition, where I juggle supporting you with career development with parenting because it is half term and I have the children. So I have one there reading and I have another one here. So, just bear with. What could go wrong? Who knows? So today on the how-to, we are going to talk a little bit about you and your strengths. So I'm going to talk through a model, a matrix, if you like a matrix, which will give you a bit more self-awareness on your strengths. The matrix in question is the Johari's Window, which is quite an old school matrix, but I still think it is very useful when you're thinking about your strengths. And it's come up in a few conversations over the last week. So I thought it might be worth a bit of a relook at the model. So it is a 2x2 matrix. And what we're essentially going to explore, so on the giant yellow post-its, which I have with me, on what we're going to explore is two different dimensions. We're going to think about strengths that are known to you. And so that goes across the top of your matrix, and strengths that are known to others, primarily the others being the people that you work with too. So that's kind of your dimensions on the matrix. And then all you're going to do at the top is put yes and no. So strengths that are known to you, yes and no. Strengths that are known to others, yes and no. And then that is going to create 4 quadrants, which are very useful for our development. So the first quadrant is the one that we want to make as big as possible. So this is the open area of you and your strengths. So this is where you have strengths that are known to you and they are known to the people that you work with too. We want to make this box as big as possible. The question for you to reflect on to start to work out, well, how open are my strengths at the moment, is what do people always come to you for help for? What do people always come to you for help for? That is a sign that your strengths are known, valuable, and useful to other people. And again, we want to make this as big as possible, but start where you are. Just think about, what do people always come to me for help with? So people always come to me for help with, if they're a little bit stuck, for example, they'll come to me to help them get unstuck. If they're a bit flat, often I get people come to me for like a bit of energy. Problem solving and energy is probably what people come to me, and career development for help with most of all. Now we're going to look at a different box. So we're going to look at the box where we're going to go here. So this is actually the blind spot box. This is where there are strengths that are known to other people, but they are not known to you yet. So this is the blind spot box. And this one, you need to go and get some feedback. So if we're trying to discover our blind spots, the only way we're going to do that is to get some feedback. So go and ask 5 people that you work with, when do you see me at my best? Or an alternative question, if you want to vary it, what 3 words would you use to describe me at my best? That will give you some insights about the strengths that they see. Now, some of them might be here. They might be strengths that are known to you. But what you might discover when you ask that question is that other people play back strengths that you weren't aware that you were showing up with at work. So you won't know how big that blind spot box is until you go and ask for some feedback on your strengths. Now we are going to go down here. I'll show you. This box here, this are the strengths that are hidden. So this is where you have strengths that are known to you. So you know you're good at this stuff. Maybe you've done it in a previous job or previous company, or maybe it's something you do outside of work, but other people aren't aware of this. So we need to work out how big is this box? How many kind of hidden strengths have you got? So I would think here that what are your secret skills is, for me, is always a useful thing to reflect on. Like what do you do that other people just don't associate with you? So for example, one of my kind of hidden skills, I'm very good at prototyping. So I can quickly kind of create a concept. It's pretty much because of some innovation jobs that I did. But now, because that's not the job that I do, I don't think people associate that strength with me. So it's a bit of a hidden talent that I've got. And I find that lots of people have got secret skills, things they do outside of work, things that maybe you volunteer or you're involved in a network. And what we want to do is see whether those open strengths can be bigger, because we can bring some of these hidden abilities into the work that we do. If we could just ignore the digger that's going on around me. As I said, this week is a juggle. Now, the last box we're going to talk about is the box of potential. So this box here, this is where strengths are not known to you and they are not known to others because you just haven't done some of this stuff yet. So the question to ask yourself here is, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Because there are some opportunities, there are some projects, there are some different things you could spend time on, which will help you discover new strengths that you just aren't aware of yet. And so the idea here is, this is what do people come to you for? Blind spots, when do you see me at my best? Hidden is what are your secret skills that people don't know that you have? And the possibility thing here is what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And what we are trying to do essentially is just make this area of open strength as big as possible. We're trying to bring some of these things into this so it's known to you, it is known to the people that you work with too. You get to do more of the work that you enjoy, where you make a positive impact, and this starts to build your brand and reputation in a way that pulls opportunities towards you. So I hope that has been helpful. It's maybe a little bit messy, and so I'll make sure that some of those questions are written up for you to reflect on. But as ever, let me know your feedback. Have you tried the Johari's window? Are there other things that you have done with it that have been useful for your development? Are you going to give some of these questions a go? Let me know. Helen and Sarah at squigglycareers.com.